Kenny, this is happening.
This is really happening. Everyone on their feet in here right now. 12 years in the making of this rematch. 165 pounds for Eddie Bravo, 155 for Royler Gracie, representing Gracie Machado, and of course Eddie Bravo representing his 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu crew. And let's take a look at the rules once again. 1 round of 20 minutes, submission only. Heel hooks are allowed. You can't strike. No slamming from the guard, and of course no small joint manipulations. This rematch is finally happening. Everyone's going nuts in here.
Kenny, I'm so excited.
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and people watching from around the world, you know what time it is. The reason we're all here today, it's a little awkward for me because I feel like I'm in between family and friends right now. But I love it too. Make some noise right now, LA. In the red corner, from Santa Ana, California, 43 years old, representing 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. He's a 3rd-degree black belt under Jean Jacque Machado, Eddie Bravo!
He is motivating me so much. I'm so...
And in the blue corner, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 48 years old, 155 pounds, representing Gracie Machado. He is a 7th-degree black belt under the legendary late Royler Gracie. He is Royler Gracie. Once again, your referee tonight will be Scott Nelson.
Okay guys, you both know the rules. I want you guys to fight for the submission, go for the kill. Do not stop until I tell you to stop. Shake hands. Take a few steps back. On my go. Go.
Everybody associated with this is just honored and privileged to be there. I know I am, Kenny. I'm honored to be sitting next to you, and I'm honored to be commentating, in my opinion, what is the greatest rematch in Jiu-Jitsu history.
Eddie Bravo immediately jumps guard. He's in his half guard.
You see that half guard, Kenny?
Kind of a quarter guard, maybe. A position that I know that Eddie Bravo has worked on a lot.
Yeah, look for Eddie to start using his lockdown technique here from the half guard, where he he's almost in that position now, where the bottom leg, you see it'll be his right leg, will triangle underneath the left leg. I'm gonna get super dorky and technical on you guys here, but that's how you have to be with when you're studying these guys' games.
Now this is also a pass that Royler Gracie really likes. He likes to cut across with that kind of knee slide there.
Right.
So both of these guys in strong positions, just different takes on it, and it looks like Eddie's trying to get underneath and under the hips of Royler.
Now, I'll tell you, Kenny, I have actually had the opportunity and privilege to train with Royler for this event. And let me tell you right now, that knee slice guard pass that he does with that right knee or his left knee is very, very difficult to contain and stop. He is just the way he turns his hips, the power in which he does it. I mean, the leverage he gets with it. It's I'll tell you, man, I'm 20 years younger than the man, and he was all over me.
It's so impressive. Both these guys, Eddie Bravo at 43 years old and Royler Gracie at 48, just in tremendous shape.
Unreal.
Both these guys really look great here on Fight Week.
What a privilege for everybody in attendance to be able to be here and see this. I mean,
you know, I say it a lot, you know, in the MMA game, but every time you have the opportunity to face a legend, you have the ability to steal, you know, all those credentials, all of his accomplishments, and that is what Eddie Bravo did with that upset win in ADCC.
Yeah.
And Eddie Bravo obviously made a huge name for himself. For him to come out here and do it again would be a huge feather in his cap. Both of these guys, of course, going down as legends. What a win it would be if Eddie Bravo could pull it off twice.
Yeah, how funny is that? Despite Eddie Bravo winning the match that they had last, he's still considered the underdog.
There is the coach of Eddie Bravo, Jean Jacque Machado, right there, the legend.
Only, ladies and gentlemen, Jean Jacque Machado, Abu Dhabi champion. Too many accolades for me to even begin to mention.
Yes.
To begin to list.
Inspirational, one of the most inspirational figures in Jiu Jitsu today.
Right, for those of you who don't know, Jean Jacque has partial use of his left hand. And regardless of only having a thumb on his left hand, managed to strangle almost everybody that comes his way.
Absolutely. Guy is a beast. And look at this. This is straight
grip
out of the repertoire of Royler Gracie here. He's trying to reach behind the neck of Eddie Bravo and look for that knee slide, trying to cut through the guard of Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo very stingy with that half guard right now, though.
Yeah, I can tell you Eddie is going to try to slow the pace down of Royler and kind of bring him into his game and try to tangle him up, try to lock him down. As I mentioned earlier, a technique that Eddie is really good at, the lockdown. Because you know, Royler compared to Eddie has a speed-based game. Royler is much faster. Royler is, you know, much better on top. All this on paper, of course.
Right.
So look for Eddie to try to slow the pace down here. And of course, when I was training with Royler, that was a big part of the camp was being able to shut down, you know, Eddie's attacks here.
Now that's very much a part of Royler's game. I mean, throughout his whole career, his whole style was to shut you down, be fundamentally sound, don't make any mistakes, just keep kind of pressuring until you break. Do you think Eddie Bravo is going to be able to take this pressure here?
Yeah, we'll see how long he can withstand this. You know, Eddie, you know, and Eddie's very tricky. You know, one of the things Eddie did to help secure a victory was pretend he was being choked.
Right.
It's a very famous story that and if you ever get to talk to Eddie, he'll tell you the story. But you know, he'll let people put him in certain positions and certain chokes and start to make the gurgling like, oh, you got me. So somebody would commit, you know, into something that's not going to work and then exhaust themselves. And then when they give up on the choke that's not working, Eddie has his attacks. And here you see Eddie with his lockdown. Look, it's such a classic battle, man. I mean, the knee slice versus the lockdown. I mean, both those moves are designed to beat each other, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the pants are coming into play here for Eddie Bravo. That is able to kind of soak up the sweat on the leg of Royler Gracie. Who would you give the advantage to in wearing those pants? Would you prefer to face an Eddie Bravo with or without the pants?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That's a tough question to answer, Kenny.
I mean, right now, he's using it to his advantage. Eddie Bravo, such a smart guy, very smart competitor, doing a great job of controlling that right leg so far of Royler Gracie. But Royler has that right underhook, putting a lot of pressure on Eddie Bravo right now.
I'll tell you right now, Royler is not going to change his attack, Kenny. He is going to drive that knee through the middle and drive that knee through the middle and continue trying to drive that knee through the middle until he gets that pass.
Now, this is a similar position that Eddie Bravo, when he was able to catch Royler here, looked like Royler was in a great position, and then in an instant, Eddie Bravo, with his flexibility and triangle attack, was able to set up a gorgeous submission and win.
The overhook wrist control triangle, which the camera watching, it's about holding the wrist like this and not like this.
With that other grip,
it's holding from the bottom. And if you guys took time to watch the replay, you'll notice that Royler was Eddie managed to get control of Royler's wrist that way and make the space for the triangle.
For those who couldn't see it at home, Jeff, just grab my hand again.
It's a difference of here and here.
Right.
Okay, and it doesn't seem like much, but the way Eddie grabs
a grip.
Yeah, let me show you one more time. It's a grip. This is the grip Royler wants to avoid. This is the grip Royler wants to avoid that Eddie's really good with. If Eddie gets this grip, it's really easy for Royler to break the grip. Right. When you come from underneath, you cannot break that grip, Kenny. And you know, Eddie used that in 2003 to secure that triangle.
Without a doubt. Nice explanation there, Jeff.
Oh, thank you, Kenny.
I knew you knew what you were talking about.
I dibble-dabble.
It's not luck that this guy was a jiu-jitsu world
Look at that, man. Look at the intensity. Oh, my goodness. We have
Eddie got that lockdown
chair. We have the electric chair.
He's checking out that leg of Royler Gracie.
I'll tell you right now, Royler is in pain. I'll tell you right now, Royler is not happy, Kenny. This is the electric chair technique by Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo was setting this up from the beginning.
Royler is in pain right now, I promise you.
That is really testing the flexibility of Royler Gracie right now.
The groin, hip area of Royler is in a lot of pain right now. You see the feet, the hooks of, and we have a reversal, Eddie Bravo coming on top, but Royler throwing him right back.
A brilliant reversal from Eddie Bravo. He's on top here.
Wow. Wow, this is amazing.
You know, they say styles make fights, and Eddie Bravo just has a style that is so hard for Royler Gracie to deal with. Royler still not in a terrible position. He's not in that threat of a submission at this point, but certainly being tested here in the half guard as Eddie's working to pass the guard.
Let's see, he still has that lockdown control, putting a lot of pressure on the hips. Royler is very uncomfortable here, I promise you can. Although we have the guard pass by Eddie Bravo. Very few people have been able to pass the guard of Royler Gracie. This is amazing.
You can see Eddie just trying to stay calm, just keeping his breath.
Kenny, I'm trying to stay calm.
Yeah, Eddie clearly in control here against Royler Gracie.
Wow, this is amazing. You see a little bit of frustration from Royler. He keeps making his hand gestures. I'm not sure what he's trying to say with that.
Well, again, it is on him to try to escape at this point. Eddie in control here, in side control. The referee is not going to break them.
I don't know how many of you guys can see, but his very good friend, of course, the one and only Joe Rogan in the background, looking on intensely. Of course, Joe Rogan, a black belt in the 10th Planet system under Eddie Bravo. Look at the native. We have a potential back attack. Oh,
this is dangerous here for Royler.
Neck crank.
Eddie's working on a neck crank here against Royler Gracie.
Royler.
Could he pull it off for the second time in a row?
Eddie Bravo is absolutely amazing, Kenny. Putting Royler Gracie in positions he's never been in. But Royler weathering the storm, Kenny. I mean, any other man would have tapped to that position. I mean, Royler is a true warrior here, Kenny.
Eddie Bravo.
Look at this.
Look at him take the back with both hooks, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
Just wanted to get a headlock over here.
I'm going nuts here, ladies and gentlemen.
Royler is smiling and says, now it's my turn.
This crowd is on their toes. Nobody is sitting down. This is amazing, Kenny.
What a beautiful positional exchange from Royler Gracie and Eddie Bravo.
What a show these two are putting on for us, Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen at home, I hope you are pleased. A quick replay, let's see what we have here.
Look at this escape from Royler Gracie as Eddie Bravo was just about to get his second hook in.
Look at that left hook that's already in place really deep, but Royler able to shake him off the top.
It was his posture. He did not allow that hook to come in, and now he's working in the half guard
and again,
of Eddie Bravo.
We see the lockdown here that Eddie Bravo throws on there. Now look, this is where I was saying, the time, the conditioning is gonna start to play a factor now. We're 10 minutes in, you know, I believe at this point, Royler is gonna start to take control of the match. Eddie had thrown his attacks at Royler early in the match. Royler, like I said, weathered the storm. Very interesting.
Could we be seeing a little comeback here from Royler Gracie? You talked about Royler getting stronger as the rounds went on. Could we be seeing Royler Gracie pour it on now with just under 9 minutes to go?
Yeah, Royler Gracie is not only a jiu-jitsu fighter, a jiu-jitsu artist, he's an athlete. He is a true athlete. He is a healthy person. This guy wakes up in the morning and just starts eating healthy, like watermelons, and
he lives by it. It is a lifestyle for him. Now look at this setup from Eddie Bravo.
Royler's not on it this time.
No, he isn't.
Eddie with that, looking again for that overhook wrist control triangle.
Now this is where you do not want Eddie Bravo. He's on the side of his hip. This is where he's dangerous and able to scoop under the hips of Royler Gracie. Let's see if Royler can get him flat on his back again.
You hear the crowd starting to chant. I'm not sure who they're cheering for.
And look at this setup from Eddie Bravo once again.
The electric chair.
There it is.
Ouch, that hurts, Kenny. Ouch, that hurts. I'll tell you right now, that is a very painful submission to be put in.
These are some beautiful attacks from Eddie Bravo once again in half guard. Everyone talks about his rubber guard, his high guard, but I believe Eddie Bravo is most dangerous from that half guard position, something you know very well, Jeff.
Absolutely. Do not underestimate Eddie Bravo's half guard. This position, like I said, he calls it the electric chair. And if it wasn't for Royler's amazing flexibility
and toughness
and just grit, I mean.
And look at this. What a reversal from Eddie Bravo.
Wow, back and forth. I mean, these two guys in their 40s are putting on more of a show than any of the other competitors this evening, in my opinion. I mean, we are truly getting...
And now look at this reversal from Royler. He gets on top.
Wow, I'm speechless, man. I'm running out of words, Kenny.
It's a good thing it is at points. I would have lost count already. Both these guys have had some beautiful exchanges here. What would have been points in your typical Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match or submission wrestling match, but of course here at Metamoris we are going for submission only, and it's Royler looking to try to pass that
Jean Jacque
tricky guard of Eddie Bravo.
Kenny, I'm going to go ahead and just be quiet and be a fan for the rest of this.
All right.
I mean, I am so honored to have front row seats to this. This is the greatest match so far. It has lived up to the hype.
Absolutely. Eddie Bravo now with that left side underhook. Could he be looking for another reversal or electric chair setup?
We have 6.5 minutes, Kenny, and when you're exhausted, 6.5 minutes seems like a lifetime.
Yes.
And you know, Eddie, you know, not known for his athletic prowess, always known as a technician. Let's see how the time is affecting him here.
Well, Eddie really worked hard for this match. He took it so seriously. He finds so much inspiration in his 2-year-old son, and he worked very hard for this, coming in tremendous
Another electric
shape.
Chair here, Kenny, and a reversal with the electric chair. Kenny, I'm gonna study that move. I'm gonna be doing that next week.
Unbelievable. He's pulling it off time and time again against one of the best guard passers in Jiu-Jitsu history, Royler Gracie.
If not the best guard passer,
yes, absolutely. And look at this, another reversal from Royler.
Royler with his basics, just being able to come on top. Look at, and another reversal. This is remarkable.
This is sick.
I'm so excited right now.
Eddie Bravo just has come out here with a brilliant strategy against Royler Gracie.
Look at Jean Jacque, they're going nuts.
Let's see if Scotty separates them, puts them back in the middle here.
Scott Nelson, the referee.
The crowd is on their feet right now.
Same position. Same position. Jumping up like he's not even same position. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. These two men. I am going to go home and practice all this stuff on Monday, Kenny.
Absolutely. Bring me with you.
You're on top. Yeah.
We have a little...
Come on. He was on top. You're on the bottom.
We have a little...
No, you're on the bottom.
Here,
you're on the bottom. He's on the top.
Disagreement on where they should be restarted exactly. Maybe we could cut to a replay and see where they were stopped.
On top.
Yeah.
So Kenny and I could explain exactly where they were.
Get the position.
Some discussion going on between Royler and Eddie and the referee Scott Nelson.
Put your knee down.
Now, see, now, in my opinion, I think we should start from the feet. Just start right back up.
Royler, put
And
your
you have
leg
to imagine
down.
Eddie's probably would just drop the guard anyway, but it's Royler
His here.
back here.
You had the hooks.
See what happens here. This is a common problem in Jiu-Jitsu where matches get thrown to the edge of the mat and they get recentered again. It's very difficult to find that exact position.
Let's see if we can get a picture of the video to take a look. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the video here.
Scott, guys.
He said start staying up.
It is Eddie on top here.
Eddie's on top.
This
Look,
is
right
where
here.
Scott
Right here. Lie down.
This
Lie
is
down.
where he stopped
Right here.
It was
Right
Eddie Bravo on top.
Yes. Lie down.
And that's great. That great replay was back there.
Down. He's down on top.
We have it.
All the way down.
Thanks
Look,
to the
this here.
referee.
This here.
Just
Ready? Go.
Here we go. We're back at it. Eddie Bravo on top. That kind of quasi half guard.
Yeah.
Royler Gracie. Eddie Bravo might be in a good position to take back here.
We saw this position earlier with Samir and Guilherme.
Yes.
Where Royler could possibly make a knee bar happen, although it looks unlikely here, but let's see what happens. I thought I saw that right there. Maybe I'm tripping. Definitely tripping.
Yeah. You're tripping.
I'm tripping.
You can see Eddie Bravo in a great position. If Royler gets on top, he's still in trouble. He's still in the threat of that reversal or electric chair. Now look at this possible neck break setup from Eddie Bravo. Look at this.
Of course, Eddie Bravo known around the world for his twister submission. A submission that I love myself.
He's been using it since blue belt. I mean, Eddie Bravo knows how to do this twister. His nickname used to be Twister.
Yeah.
Probably still is, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hasn't changed.
You can still call him the Twister.
Yeah.
He won't mind.
Watch your leg, Eddie!
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm impressed with Eddie's cardio here tonight.
Absolutely.
With this conditioning, he doesn't seem to be tired at all. You know, for a 48 and 43-year-old man to be going 20 minutes.
These guys are so impressive.
Amazing, man. This is a thing of beauty.
Look at this roll.
Oh, and we have a calf slice attempt. Both guys looking for the calf slice here, although Eddie seems to be a little deeper. Royler is in trouble
He might be attacking the calf slicer here. Yeah, he's got it. If he can roll through, maybe belly down, and then get around the backside. Royler says he's okay.
Royler does not want to tap. Eddie Bravo in position for this calf slice. What a crazy position, man. I consider myself an expert at jiu-jitsu, and that position is confusing me, Kenny.
How about the baits and setups of Eddie Bravo tonight? He's on fire, looked focused all week, very calm at the rules meeting, joking around.
Man, I love everything about both these guys.
Royler defending well, and you know, if you know anything about Royler, you know he's not going to tap easily. One of the toughest men in mixed martial arts, one of the toughest men in jiu-jitsu, defending this calf slicer attempt from Eddie Bravo.
Guys, we have 3 minutes left. I mean, these guys have not stopped pushing the action. It's been literally 20 minutes now. Non-stop movement from both these guys in their 40s, Kenny. These guys are in their 40s.
Crazy.
Royler Gracie is 48 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's really putting a lot of pressure now on that calf slicer. Royler Gracie. Royler wincing a little bit there.
Royler not exactly sure what to do here, it looks like. He's
got to push that knee down past his knee to relieve the pressure. And that leg is tied up there. Eddie really putting a lot of pressure on that lower side of the foot of Royler Gracie there.
Wow. It's amazing. This is amazing.
It's a brilliant catch here from Eddie Bravo. Royler doing his best to try to get out of this position. Trying to control that right leg of Eddie to try to remove that grip.
Kenny, 2 minutes left here in the match.
This is hurting my knee just watching this at this point. Both for Eddie and Royler, and you can see Royler now
with a
little bit more of a sense of urgency, trying to roll out of it here.
Royler does not want to submit in front of us, family and friends. Both guys have, you know, their whole family academies, all their students are here. Both guys, like I mentioned earlier, have their reputation and bragging rights on the line here. We got a minute 30 here. Denny in the background calling out a minute 30.
Royler just he's smiling.
Both guys smiling here.
Having a great time. I mean, looking at these guys, two legends going out of here, having a great time out here on the mats at Metamoris.
Exchanging a few words here. I'd be interested to hear what they're talking about. You see Royler with a bit of a smile there, Kenny.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Eddie Bravo trying to...
Look at these guys looking at each other smiling. This is amazing.
Get rid of this grip. And look at this. The pant leg of Eddie Bravo is helping Royler in this exchange.
Yes, Royler wise to utilize that pants, man. If it's there, why not use it?
Absolutely.
We have 50 seconds left. Let's see what happens. I mean, if you hear the crowd chanting Eddie Bravo.
Both men put in so many hours of technique, of sparring and strength and conditioning, and here we are with 30 seconds left. Eddie Bravo trying to work on that calf slicer footlock combination. Royler Gracie doing his best to get out. Now starting to scramble. A lot of pressure on the ankle of Royler Gracie right now.
Royler's not going to tap. He would let that break. I'll promise you that right now.
And it may very well be. There's a lot of pressure there on the ankle.
Seconds. I'll tell you right now, the only way to tap Royler Gracie is with a choke. There is no joint lock in the world that is going to tap this man.
Royler is not going to tap from that.
Wow, what an interesting position. Ladies and gentlemen, you at home can break down that position. I'm impressed.
What a match!
Wow. Standing ovation. I think
how do you not stand up and give it up for these